This is Chapter 9 of Getting to Know ArcGIS, and we're on page 292. We're doing exercise 9A, using dynamic labels. So the first thing we need to do is open the example 9A map. So we're going to go to our File tab up here and choose Open. And I'm already in Chapter 9, so this is the file that I want. We're going to open that up. And this is what it looks like. This should match the picture on page 293 in our textbook. Okay, we want to go to the table of contents, and we want to right-click on the southeast layer, which is way down here, and we want to choose Label Features. Okay, so if we click that, we should get a label, and southeast is states. And so this was not here before. I don't know if you noticed because it wasn't real obvious, but this is what appeared when we selected that. If I go back here to Southeast and turn off label features, it goes away. Let's go back in, and I got to right click. I left click that time. Let's try that again. Let's go back here. Okay, and now let's right click and label features, and that's just a toggle, so there it is, Florida. Okay, and let me see, I'm thinking before I might have been zoomed out a little bit more, but I did click on full extent here, right? So, okay, so that's my map, and it is labeling the state of Florida. Now I'm on page 294 in the table of contents. Double click the southeast layer, so double click on it. That will bring up its layer properties, which are all the properties that have to do with how this layer is going to look on the display. And I want to go to the labels tab. I'm already there, and on the color chip, on the color palette, so here's my color chip right there, and on the color palette I want gray 20%, which is a pretty light gray. And in the text symbol frame, this is the frame right here. It's the little boxes you see in Windows, and then this is the name of the frame. So I've got a text string, a text symbol, I've got other options and predefined label style. Those are all frames. And so in the text symbol frame, I want to go to the size list, which is right here, and I want to choose 14. And now I want to click on the symbol button, which gives me some more options. You can get kind of lost in some of these options here. So I clicked on Edit Symbol, and now in the Symbol Selector, click Edit Symbol. So I'm in the Symbol Selector box, and I click Edit Symbol again. So first I click on Symbol, now I'm on Edit Symbol. And now, so I got like 3 windows open here that all have to do with the labels. So it can be a little bit much sometimes. In the Editor dialog box, click the Formatted Text tab, which is right here. And next to character width, highlight the 100 and change it to 130. So character width is right here. Just drag your mouse over it, change it to 130, and we're good. Now we want to go to the, I shouldn't have done that. Let's click on Edit Symbol again, and I think when I hit Enter to get 130, yeah, I think when I hit Enter though, that's the default button down here, so it took me off of this. It was saying clicking on OK, and so it took me back to the symbol selector here, and I wanted to stay there. So now I'm on number 8 on page 295, and oh, we're also supposed to do all caps. I almost missed that one on number 7. So this shows me what it's going to look like now. And that's not real easy to see, but it is going to be on a green background rather than a gray background, so maybe it'll be a little bit easier. Now we're going to do a halo, which is kind of a, you know, like a little aura around the text, and you see the white appearing around it here. So if there's something in the background that's similar color to our text, the text will not be you know, harder to see because we've got this halo around it, and the size we want is 1. And you see there's not much there, but it now almost looks like it's kind of 3D. There is a little bit of a halo around it. And now let's go to page 296, and we're going to click OK. We're going to close the editor dialog box. This is the editor dialog box. And press OK again to close the symbol selector dialog box, and click on OK. And make sure your layer properties dialog box matches the graphic below, and then click OK, and I'm pretty sure it does. We're going to click on OK here. And now when we see Florida in the middle, you see it's got a little bit of a small white outline there. That's what you get with size 1, and it's gray. And it's not that hard to read actually because of the white background, the white halo that we put around it. So the fact that it's light gray means, and this is not quite as easy to read as the one in the book, I don't think, but the fact that it's light gray means it's not that important, but we still want to have it labeled on our map. So Florida is not really important to what we're doing here. There's some other things that we're going to want to look at and have more visible. So now let's go to page 297. Open the properties of the Major Lakes layer. So let's go to Major Lakes over here and double click on it to open the properties. And we want to go to its labels tab, and you're probably still there from the last time. Select the label features in this layer. So that tells us we want to see the labels on the major lakes. So right now, if you see the lakes, you know, these are probably major lakes here, and there are no labels on them. I'm going to move this off to the side a little bit until we want to label the features in this layer. And now still on number 10, the last sentence is click the symbol button to open the symbol selector. So here we go again. Click on the symbol button, and we're going to open the symbol selector. They've got a bunch of predefined symbols here, and so you can use those if you want to. And we want to go and find river. So these are all for specific things. And if we scroll down to river, river happens to be in blue and it's italics. There is nothing here for lake. So this is going to be close enough. The font for that is going to be blue. It's going to be small italics, 8-point. And click on OK after we've done that. And then make sure that our layers property dialog box matches what is on the screen or on the book. And it does, and then we can click on OK. And now if we come back and look at those lakes, they're going to have labels on them. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like we've got 6 lakes here that all have labels now. And if you want to save your work, save it to the My Data folder. So that's the end of A, actually. That was pretty short. So go to a file and a save as, and go to My Data, and we'll leave the name the same. I've already done this once before, so I'm just going to write over the earlier version and say yes. And that way we preserve the original version in case we want to go back and go through this again from the beginning. Okay, that's the end of 9A, so we'll stop this video, and in the next video we'll start on 9B.